Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakak Kodash. Shalom to the 144,000 the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, this is going to be another quick one. And I'm going to entitle this The Least of the Flock, Then Armageddon. So this is a video that's put up by Sam Crochet, which I'm going to subscribe to him now using my thumbnail. And this is, I spoke about this individual in other previous video I did a day or two ago by the name of former Marine Scott Ritter. And so you can see it right here, face literal strategic defeat, meaning the only way they, meaning Israel. See, this is now become a war between the IDF and the Hezbollah, which I believe they're backed by Iran. And you know, when Iran or the Persians get into the picture, that's fulfillment of Ezekiel chapter 38. And I'm going to go back into Ezekiel chapter 38 about Gog and Magog coming to unwalled villages. It has nothing to do with the kingdom of heaven, if you read it correctly. I may just go into it in this video, but anyway, let me do this. Okay, the only way the IDF survives is, he's saying that they're actually losing, but they're playing games on the media. That they're, you know, if there's 1,000 IDF that died, they'll say only 100. So it's they're playing with the numbers, according to them. The only way they survive is if somebody like the United States intervenes on their behalf to stop the conflict. They don't want that. So it's a very dangerous situation in the Middle East, because we know ultimately what's going to happen. See, the problem is with these elite. They don't know what's going to happen. They know because they watch us, but they know it, but they don't know. Meaning, they know what's going to happen. They know that we're the prophets of the Most High, but they're trying to find a way to, pull a fast one on the Most High. Maybe if we do this, we can beat you can't beat the Most High. And you know that. The Most High, Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, created you. Remember, one vase unto honor and the other vase unto dishonor. Did you forget that you are the Edomites? Why did the Apostle Paul go into that in Romans chapter 9? He went into detail. He said that, and how did he know so much about Esau, Edom? Because Yahushua came to him. Remember, when the Apostle Paul was going into his epistles, which are letters, there was information that Yahushua gave him. It supped with him and gave him. That's why Peter made the statement that he made in 2 Peter 3. Verse, you can start at 15 on down. That he said some of his letters are hard to be understood. Another statement was made, I believe it was Peter. It says that his letters are weighty. His letters are weighty. Let me see if I can get that. I'm gonna do it this way. Bear with me for a minute. Bear me for a minute. Paul's letters were weighty. Pause. It's Paul's, the Apostle Paul's. Let me shut that. Let me shut that. I didn't want that. I hate this. Let me do it this way. Wait. Peter said Paul's letters were weighty. Okay, well, it gave me this. Maybe this is in the same. Well, this is the main one that I wanted anyway. This is the main one that I wanted anyway. Let me go to that actually. This is the main one that I wanted, but I can't even think of the other one. It's probably right here in the scripture. But this is the main one that I wanted. Also, and somebody put it in the description, also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things in which. Give me a second. Forgive me for that. I was expecting a call. It says also in all his epistles, speaking in them these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction. So you got people that would take Paul's letters and try to understand them or go their own way, but it leads unto their own destruction, because you have to get the scriptures correct. And see, Esau, the elite of Esau, they read these scriptures. They have their scholars, their Christian scholars, their elite historians, Bible historians, and they'll look at the scriptures and try it, and they know who they are. They know that they're Edomites, but they figure they can pull a fast one on the Most High. So what Scott Ritter was saying, he's saying they're definitely losing. When Hezbollah got involved, is matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? Let me go to the word Hezbollah. Let's get some stats on that, some information on that. Hezbollah is a Lebanese, well, it's Lebanese, Shia Islamist political party and militant group led since 1992 by its Secretary General Hassan Nasser Allah. Hezbollah's paramilitary wing is the Jihad conflict, and its political wing is the loyalty to the resistance bloc party in Lebanese parliament. So I'm going to leave the link in the description box of the interview with Scott Ritter. Got to listen to him and Colonel, what's his name? McGregor, I believe his name is. It says Israel edges closer to full-scale war with Hezbollah. So this Hezbollah is an actual military standing army. Hamas is growing. Hamas is now recruiting in Lebanon. That's where Hezbollah came out of. So they're joining forces. What will that mean for Hezbollah? Gallant warns Hezbollah amid frequent attacks from Lebanon. Let me do this here. Go to news. Israel tells U.S. it wants Hezbollah push further from border with Lebanon. They're trying to get U.S. to enter the war. And it's going to turn into a third world war. But something has to happen. MOTB. Israel told the Biden administration it wants, and you got to. They're ordering them. The tail wagging the dog scenario. Hezbollah forces to be pushed roughly 6 miles from the border as part of a diplomatic deal. News about Hezbollah. Fears grow of all-out Israel Hezbollah war, as which is called in warfare is called a proxy war, because Yemen is involved, Hezbollah, Algeria from the continent of Africa, which Algeria is controlled by Arabs. Fighting escalates. I read that. Newsweek, Israel edges closer to full-scale war with Hezbollah. This is why they sent this guy, which I believe he's Julius, what's his name? Julius Alexander. I always forget his name. There's 3 names. Julius Alexander, whatever, if you look it up. I forget the third name. It says, don't provoke a wider conflict, Pentagon chief warns Hezbollah. Well, they are, because this is prophecy. Israel vows to take on Lebanon's Hezbollah if diplomacy fails. We will not hesitate to act. Economic harm from war with Hezbollah would be staggering, says experts. Hezbollah mobilizes. Hezbollah is mobilizing its forces in the south of Litany, I think that is, area, in preparation for a full-scale war with Israel. So this is prophecy coming to pass. We come back over here. But I think we're looking at this being resolved in any way. That hopefully gets a 2-state solution, hopefully terminates political Zionism, and hences down the path toward peace. There's not going to be any peace. Prosperity. The Russian-Ukrainian conflict is over. Yeah, they're grabbing people off the street. The military of Ukraine, they ran out of pretty much. They'll have no more soldiers, no professional soldiers, no amateur soldiers. They're just grabbing boys off the street. They're even recruiting women. So I mean, this is going to make Zelensky look like a, it's going to make him look bad. And his plan is to flee to America. So Russians about ready to take it, and the reason why the U.S. is backing Ukraine is because of economic reasons. Ukraine is the breadbasket of Europe. Also, it produces it possesses I believe it's like something like well over 50%, 60% of what do you call it? neon gases, or neon in the form of a gas. I guess it comes from the earth, which is used to make chips, for your cars, for your computers, for your smartphones, because you need to stack it with the neon gas. So this is why they're backing the Ukraine. So once Russia gets it, they're gonna have to kiss Putin's ass to get things, because they can play with the prices of things. And some of these, if not all of them, some of these NATO nations at least hate America because they made a deal. What was it? A tariff against Russia for gas, not to get gas. And so they're hurting. They're hurting. It said Russia won. All that's left is more dying on the part of the Ukrainians until they come to that realization. But it's over. NATO's been defeated, and NATO's in no position to rally, challenge Russia. Russia's not going to be flexing too much after they defeat the Ukrainians. Yeah, because now they have the resources. Ukraine has become a province of Russia now. So now guess what? The Russians are the breadbasket because they have possession of Ukraine. They the bread. They control the bread, the bread, the food, some of the food, the grains, the neon gases, which come from the ground to make chips. See, war is fought over economic reasons, over resources of the earth. That's why U.S. says, "Oh, this leader's been killing his own people, so we're gonna go to war with him, and then set up a puppet leader to get the resources." Only goal and objective. So I think Europe is a self-solving. There's still a lot of diplomacy left to be done, but NATO is been or has been fundamentally broken, and broken. NATO has been broken. NATO is a part of the 10 toes. We know that's the EU, but the feet of it represent what? The U.S., Canada, which are two members of NATO. NATO and EU nations are part of NATO nations. NATO nations are part of EU nations. So that's the feet of it. We're down to the last months of this system. Defeated in its survival, long-term survival is not certain. Russia has emerged, having redefined its relationship with Europe, America, and the rest of the world, a stronger nation because of it. So I just think that there's going to be some, let me bring that back. There's going to be some adjustment that takes place in Europe over the course of the next decade. No, we ain't talking about no damn decade, man. We ain't talking about no damn decade. The big problem remains Taiwan, because America backs Taiwan, because that's the number one nation that creates these chips. Remember the chip shortage? They couldn't manufacture new cars during the C-19, and I believe they produce 85% of the chips. And it's not just producing them; it's knowing how to produce them. They're experts at it. If China controls that, they're not experts at creating chips. They would have to kind of kidnap. They would have to completely take over Taiwan and force them to make the chips for them. So you got China, you got Russia, you got Taiwan, you got Ukraine, which is going to be a new province of Russia, which Ukraine was a part of the old Russia. When you go to Gog and Magog, it's talking about now. It's not talking about a thousand years after the kingdom. When you go to Ezekiel chapter 38, Bishop Nathaniel broke it down completely wrong. He knows he broke it down wrong. When you go back to Ezekiel chapter 38, it's not talking about 1,000 years from now. Because after Gog and Magog is done, defeated, they're not going to come up anymore. How in the hell can they come up when they're going to be slaves? And then he said, "Oh, they're going to be in a prison." No, we're not going to be. They're not going to be in a prison, in a pit. They're going to be in a pit until we give them work assignments. You're not just going to take a bunch of Edomites and put them in a pit. You're in between a fantasy and reality, man. Stop trying to sound so goddamn deep. It says remains after Gog and Magog does what they do. That's going to be it. Ain't going to be no more Gog and Magog. It says remains Taiwan. Taiwan is an important country. Ukraine is an important country in prophecy. China, Russia, because America is grossly irresponsible in our. It's getting good. In our implementation of the one China policy, because we actually say one China, but we mean two Chinas, and we act that way. And fortunately, we have a Chinese government that appears to be very pragmatic and realistic, and they don't want a war. I mean, if China was looking for a war, the war would have already happened. China's not looking for a war. Well, Russia is, and China backs Russia. If China possesses ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, they're going to shoot them off. Any NATO or EU nations that possess missiles, they're going to shoot them off on Babylon. Revelation chapter 17. These scriptures keep coming up. We're going into the Revelations. Revelation 18 is getting ready to happen. Revelation 17. Jeremiah, Isaiah. Joel 2, Joel 3. And I think China also has a deeper appreciation for the elections in January. I believe it is in Taiwan's be interesting. I think Friday we have a deadline. The Chinese able to unite, and if they do so, put forward a combined candidacy, they're going to beat the incumbent party, which means there's going to be a new political director in Taiwan that I think is more favorable to peace than if the incumbent party wins. But you know, America, you know, we're going to have to adjust, as you know, to uh, a new reality. We can't continue to flex. We can't keep sending Lloyd Austin, which is Jake, Secretary of Defense, to South Korea to participate in conferences. The hell is this? Threaten China and Russia is just an absurd way of going. We don't got to do it no more. So you got Colonel Douglas McGregor, Hezbollah, and the Houthis U.S. Wars show 100% route to regional escalation in Gaza. The least of them shall draw the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock shall draw them out. Matthew 24, wars and rumors of wars. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.